Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel. Especially if this reading resonates with you, it is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a timeless reading. This energy was activated the moment you clicked on this video. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Princess of Swords. You're someone who likes to learn, right? You might have had a bit of a difficult time in school, but I feel like you sort of, somewhere along the line, you fell in love with learning. I feel like you're always paying attention, you're always keeping your eye on things, and you're always willing to sort of take a look at what's going on or take a look at what we have just done in order to understand what worked about it, what didn't work about it. Like we're always paying attention, you know? And maybe this is because you never paid attention in school, right? Now that we're older, we're kind of like, I'm making sure I'm paying attention to everything, you know? I feel like you're a very intelligent person, and I feel like you know how to learn. That's really important here. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Yeah, let's see what we're learning, what we're investigating. Okay, now we got a Seven of Cups, Two of Cups. We've got, we've got a Prince of Cups. There's the answer. The answer appears, right? The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. I think you're starting to see, you're starting to learn about a particular person in your life. I don't know that they're a Scorpio person. I don't know if they're a water sign. It feels like it's somebody who's about your age. It could be a friend, family member, maybe a sibling, cousin. Maybe it's a romantic partner. Maybe it's a coworker. I feel like it's somebody that you've been trying to get a read on them for a while. Okay. And I think that we're witnessing their behavior, and you're making some conclusions about what's going on here. And I wonder if this is you're sort of taking a step in a different direction, perhaps. Let's keep going over here. We have the Temperance card. We have another Ace, Ace of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And a Six of Pentacles. This might be, it might be more of a work kind of situation than a romantic situation. Whoever this person is, it feels like they sort of have their own agenda, and it feels like you're starting to get, really, it's like getting the answer that you need. It's almost like you kind of know the answer without them having to tell you. It's like just by your observation of what's going on and by you trusting in how you feel right now. I think that's a good thing. That's a good aspect of this reading, is trusting in this feeling that you have. You got a bad feeling about something. Trusting in that. Believing in that. Right? In a real way, I think is going to lead you to much better things. Okay? So I feel like you're in a situation now. I don't know exactly who this person is that's involved, but it could be just a whole work thing going on. But I feel like you got a bad feeling about it. You know? And if we take all of this away, right, we've got really good cards. We've got really good ideas. We've got a lot of, new behaviors. We're planting the seeds for our really successful future. We're going to invoke that Wheel of Fortune, and we're getting our ideas out. Our communication is on point. We're really doing what is best for ourselves. We're making choices and making decisions, taking action in a direction to bring things together, not split things apart. We're looking for love, we're looking for healing, we're looking for togetherness and cooperation, we're looking for family or friends or success, business. We're looking for progress and prosperity. Okay? So when you're encountering this particular person in this particular situation, and you feel a 7 of Cups, I think it's hard to deny that. It's hard for you to say, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't, maybe I don't really feel this way, maybe I'm mistaken, maybe I'm overreacting. You got to trust your feelings here. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and it's going to go right here with everybody's favorite, Tiny Bob Ross, right on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, right? But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. We see two major arcana energies, don't we? We see the Wheel of Fortune and the pressure cooker, the Art or Temperance card. Okay. The Art or Temperance card, yeah, it feels like that pressure cooker. Okay. It feels like you are in a situation where it is high stakes, where you're putting everything on the line, where you're putting yourself out there. You're giving it everything that you've got. I think that you're trying to put your best energy into it, your best thoughts, your best words, your best deeds, right? You're putting all your aces into this situation. And you do really care about the outcome. Okay? And it's important that we recognize that. It's important that we say, well, the pressure cooker situation, you're giving it everything you've got. You're putting all of your energy into this. Everything you've ever learned has led up to this situation. And for us to say that we don't care about the outcome, I think is misleading. I think it trivializes all the effort that you're putting in. It trivializes all of the work that you've already done. It trivializes how important this is, And I don't know if this person is minimizing your effort or trying to trivialize or even dismiss the work that you're doing. It feels like it's a toxic dynamic here. It feels like there is, and maybe it is a work kind of thing, but it's your romantic partner that's doing this. Maybe it's your sibling, maybe it's your best friend, where you're putting in all of this effort to achieve something, to do something, to work hard at something, and somebody else is trivializing it or dismissing it or downplaying it. And it does not feel good. Okay? And we have some choices here. We can either speak up and we can voice our opinion and we can try to say that, hey, this is not fair. I don't like the way this is going. But I'm getting the sense here that it's not the first time this person has done that. Okay? I'm getting the feeling like you don't need to have the conversation anymore. You already know the answer. Right? You don't have to ask, why do you keep doing that? Or why do you dismiss, why do you trivialize what I do? I don't think you need to ask the questions. I think your gut is telling you it doesn't matter what the answer is. What matters is the fact that it keeps happening, and I don't think you're going to put up with that anymore, right? Because again, you're in the pressure cooker. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to change your fortunes. You're trying to make something of your life. You're trying to grow and expand and become better. You're trying to get that wheel of your destiny turning. You're trying to get to the top of your field. You're trying to master something. You're trying to get to the top of your job, your career, your field of study. You're trying to become a master at your craft or your skill or whatever this is. You want to do a good job. You want to succeed. Okay? And for someone to come in and trivialize that or tell you that it doesn't matter if you win or lose, or, even if this person is not somebody who's intimately connected with you, it could be just a random sort of person, right? It could be a person on the internet. It could be a stranger. It could just be a random coworker that just kind of says something like that. That it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's how you play the game. It sort of is implying that everything that you're putting into this, it doesn't mean anything. There's no value in your efforts. If you win or lose, doesn't matter. So why put in all of your effort? And so I feel like you sort of resent that energy from that person. I feel like they've done it before. But the Wheel of Fortune is that part of you that wants to tap into destiny. You feel like you're doing something very important. You feel like it does matter what you're doing. It does matter the outcome. Of course, you don't want to be someone who's obsessed with the outcome, because we're so obsessed with getting there that we forget what to do to get there. You don't want to be that person. And you're not, because you have the aces. You know what steps to take. You're very concentrated in your creative will, in your thoughts, in your actions. You're very focused, laser focused, right? So for someone to come in and kind of like, not laugh at what you're doing, but again, trivializing it or dismissing it or downplaying it or disregarding it, does not feel good. It agitates your emotions here, which is interrupting your concentration and your ability to get to that goal. So this feels like some toxic energy for you. It feels like an unwanted interruption that pulls you out of this concentrated flow state. Now, I don't know who that person is, right? We've got, let's see what else, fire. We've got water, water, water. We've got air and air. We've got earth and earth. Okay. So the water seems like it really is the interesting thing here, because the Two of Cups, Seven of Cups, Prince of Cups, it feels like this is somebody who you thought should have your back. So I feel like it is someone you know. I feel like that's like your best friend or your sibling or your lover or something like this. But, it's some kind of a close person to you, where we sort of expect there to be encouragement, reciprocation. We expect to be supported. With the Two of Cups underneath the surface. It feels like we should be supporting each other, stimulating each other, lifting each other up. Not dismissing or trivializing the efforts that the other person is putting into whatever they're doing. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe they don't agree with it. Maybe it's not their style or their flavor of work. And when I say work, I just mean whatever this laser focus is for you, whatever you're trying to do in life. It's, you have goals, let's say. Six of Pentacles at the end. Your goals don't have to be the same as their goals. But they should still, Two of Cups, they should still be supporting you in your goals. But I think that this person just they don't like your goals. They don't have the same ambition you have. They don't have the same taste that you have. So they're going to sort of dismiss what you're doing because it's not as important as what they're doing, right? It's not as sophisticated as what they would do, right? And so they feel it's kind of a condescending, dismissive, and trivializing kind of energy that I'm feeling. And I feel like you're recognizing this to the point where you're not even going to argue with them. You're not even going to fight. You have nothing to say. Because there's nothing that can be said, nothing that needs to be said. That's why we don't have a lot of swords cards. You think in a situation with this much of the water energy, that we'd have just the same amount of air energy. Your heart feels this way, then your mind comes in and says, hey, wait a minute, you leave my heart alone. Our mind sort of comes in to defend our heart by arguing and it's kind of like you're protecting your younger sibling, where you say, hey, you don't pick on my little brother, But your mind isn't doing that. Your mind is saying, thank you. It's just kind of, we have almost a gratitude with this Ace of Swords, because it's kind of like, thanks for showing me your true colors. Answer appears, right? And this is rare that we don't see the air energy being just as agitated as the water energy. Usually they go hand in hand. We very often have, we can go and look how many times we get, let's say, an Eight of Cups, and we get the Eight of Swords, We always have some agitation in the mind when we've got this agitation in the heart, but I feel like you have clarity. It's almost like we're thankful. Thanks for showing me who you really are. Now you make my life easier. Now I recognize what's going on here, and I don't need to fight. I don't need to argue, because I don't want to hear the answers. There's nothing you can say to me. There's nothing I need to say to you. There's just clarity. There's peacefulness. There's calm. And more than that, there is still your focus on what you're doing. You're not letting this person discourage you. You're not letting them pull you down or hold you back. Okay? What you're doing is not trivial. What you're doing means something. It is part of your destiny here, that Wheel of Fortune, and you know it. You know you're meant for greatness. You know that this is supposed to be successful. And it's quite unfortunate when we feel that we can lean on somebody. We feel that this person is supposed to be there to support us, right? Two of Cups. Mutual love and support. We may be interested in different things, but there's a compatibility in our hearts and the emotional relationship that we have. There is support. There is love. There is caring. There is an uplifting. It's kind of a win-win emotion here, right? We get the Two of Pentacles. We kind of feel like, okay, it's a win-win, like financially or physically. This is supposed to be a win-win emotionally. I make you feel better and you make me feel better. We're sharing and exchanging this reciprocating love energy that lifts us both up higher than we could have gone before. But then you get that Seven of Cups and it feels like this wasn't what you thought it was. Maybe you thought it was true love. Maybe you thought it was real friendship. Maybe you thought it was real support and real care and real concern and real love. Whether romantic love, platonic love, or whatever. Right? It doesn't have to be romance. Put your pitchforks away. But to then feel this way, and that's where our Princess of Swords is kind of like, hey, okay, I'm learning a lot from this situation. I'm learning a lot from how I feel here. And now there's the answer. It appears, and it is clarity, and it is a definite instruction to sort of go this way. Continue with what you're doing, leaving this person in the past. Your Ace of Swords is that clarity. It is the idea that we've transcended even the mental or intellectual plane, and we're tapped right into that spiritual source. The tip of the sword is in outer space. It's pierced through the mental plane, and it's into the cosmic outer space energy. You're receiving the divine wisdom and guidance. I don't need to argue. I don't need to be mentally stressed out. My heart's kind of twisted around in knots, but my mind is clear. You know, a very rare thing here. It's giving you the clarity about what to do next. Giving you that Ace of Pentacles. And I think you're planting the seed for your success. And when you plant a seed, what's important to do is to make sure that you're watering that seed with good water, not with this nasty, yucky, toxic poison. Because then that seed isn't going to grow. Right? So you're very aware of the conditions. And if this person is not conducive to you growing what you need to grow in your life, becoming who you are, planting the seeds of your own future, your own success, your own destiny, your own evolution, then that person is maybe not your person. Okay? Or in whatever fashion you need to address this, you're staying focused on what you need to do to plant the seed for your future, because you are going to be successful. It may be that you have a goal to, to start a YouTube channel or something, right? And, some person that kind of says, well, that's silly. That's a dumb idea, That's very dismissive, very toxic energy, okay? They're supposed to be supportive. Now, if they were to come at you and say, well, that's a very risky sort of decision. What is your plan? What do you think? Like, how's this going to go? Let's talk it through. Let me support you, rather than just saying that's dumb, or you're not. That's what you're going to fail. You're silly. There's a way to be supportive, but still a little bit critical. If this person were to say, have you thought it through? What about these questions? What about the odds here? What about the difficulties? Let's talk it through and see if we can come up with some ideas and really think about it and analyze it. But no, this person comes in, and rather than having a Seven of Swords, which might be, have you considered all these other, these other ideas, the other things that are sort of attached to this, right? Have you thought it through? They come in and basically just try to hurt your feelings about it. See, there's a difference. If they would have come in with a Seven of Swords, we said, okay, this is you're being very supportive. Now, I might not like the questions you're asking me, but at least this is helping me think, and it's positive, it's constructive. This is just hurting your feelings. Just because I don't read other people. This is how we're perceiving it. So anyway, the Ace of Pentacles is the future that you're looking toward. You're saying, I'm going to plant this seed. I'm going to do this. I don't care what they say. I'm doing it. Yeah. Now, Path of the Serpent, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. The pressure cooker, the difficulties, the situation itself. You know that it is changing who you are, and you know that you are having an influence on it, on the situation. Okay. This is a card of alchemy, and I think every relationship is alchemy. Whether it's with people, places, or things, or ideas, or a combination of those factors, every relationship that we have, me and then not me, every interaction of that sort changes both me and not me. Okay, so if you're in a relationship with that person, whether it's platonic, romantic, professional, or whatever, their energy is affecting you and changing you in a way. Now, your energy is having that effect on them, but that's kind of beside the point. The idea is that it's a situation that is, to stay in that situation is perhaps transforming you into a version of yourself that you don't want to be. Perhaps encountering that kind of negative emotional energy so often is leading to you just saying, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I should give up on my dream. Maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe it's too hard. Maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I'll fail. Maybe I'm not meant to do anything. The longer we listen to that, I'm calling it a person, but I don't know who it is. The more often we listen to that, the more likely we're going to be to really be changed by that. Right? You hear something over and over and over again, eventually you start to believe it. Okay? Now you're capable of not believing it, but that's the decision that you kind of have to make now. Is this person so important to you that you're willing to run the risk of having their negative energy change you in a negative way, even with your attempts to sort of block that negativity, but eventually it's going to get in there, right? Or is this a situation where you can just walk away and make it easy? Okay, maybe this is someone you live with. Maybe this is maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe this is a sibling. Maybe it is a coworker that you just you gotta be there with them. You got to exist together in this situation. Okay, you're making the decision to say, okay, you know what? If I'm forced to be around this person, I have to at least protect myself enough to not let their negativity seep into me and change me too much. It will anyway, but we've got to be fortified against that. Especially because in this situation, I feel like whatever you're doing here, whatever your goals are, whether they're professional, artistic, creative, emotional, relationship goals, or whatever it is, and it could be just something that is more emotional or relationship oriented rather than a physical goal. You're putting your entire self on the line. And maybe this was you even telling this person what you wanted in life. You put it all out there, and for them to trivialize that or minimize that or dismiss that, I think really hurts. Maybe this is you saying, hey, I want to take some classes, or I want to start acting, or I want to start painting, or I want to have a family, or I want to go back to school, or I want to make a YouTube channel, or I want to start learning tarot, or you're sort of, you're opening yourself up. You're taking a risk. You're being open and vulnerable with somebody and telling them this, expecting them to be supportive in some way, or at least to be engaged and positive and constructive, even if they're criticizing, but to be constructive. This is what you expect. This is what you got. And I think that it sort of made you step back and say, whoa, okay, wow, all right. I wasn't expecting that, but thanks for the clarity, right? So then we have an Ace of Wands in the environment. This is your energy in the relationships right now. This is the way that you are trying to, I think, make a difference in life. I think that you have a natural talent, I want to say. You have a natural fire in you. There's something creative in you that's trying to get out, something that you want to make or do or achieve, or This is kind of your power of focus, your power of attention. And in a way, it's sort of asking us, are we going to put our attention on this person and worry about what they're doing and try to spend our energy interacting with that person? Or are we just going to say, thanks for the clarity, and focus on what you got to do? Because it's your attention, and you have to choose where you're directing it. Now, somebody has I think, hurt your feelings in this way. It's sort of, this is that moment where your attention could go right over to that person. What did you say? I mean, we really could then be sort of focused too much on them. And what that does is take energy away from this up here. From your expansion, your growth, your destiny, and your success. So when this happens, it kind of is like it starts to pull our attention over, and we're trying to say, no, come back this way. But it's like you really want to engage with that person. The clarity is what is helping you say, okay, I don't need to engage. I need to continue with my work. And we do ace, ace, ace. I wonder if we're going to get another ace over here. I hope so. 4 aces will be extraordinary. But the fact that you got 3 aces here, I think, is pretty rare in and of itself. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, as I said, is that expansion. It is that sense of destiny. It is Jupiter energy. It feels like luck. It feels like abundance. It feels like great good fortune. It feels like you're meant to do this. I think you're very much aware of your destiny. I think you're aware that you're meant to do something great in life. Okay? And the worry, that's why this card's in the position of the fear, worry, and concern, is it feels like this person is kind of shutting that down. This person is trivializing this or laughing at this. If this is your destiny, if this feels like your calling in life, who is to tell you otherwise? Who is that person to laugh at that or say, no, it's not, or you're like, that's silly, that's dumb. This is the only thing that means anything. So it makes sense that with that Ace of Wands, we're starting to get kind of mad, and we want to engage with that person and say, what? But I think you're choosing Zen. You're choosing peace. You're choosing to take all of that energy and focus it into what you're doing. Because that energy that they are putting out isn't worth your energy, isn't worth your response necessarily, right? So to trivialize someone's sense of their own destiny or what their purpose is or what they find meaning in or what they think is their kind of life's work right now, whether it's true or not true, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel this. And for somebody to come and kind of poo-poo that, I think is very disrespectful. Okay? And on this channel, I always say it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be in school, you could be a teacher, you can be a blacksmith, you can be a bus driver, you could be an artist, a painter, a musician, a comic, you can be an office worker, data entry, you could be a lawyer, you can infinite number of things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is that you are finding meaning in it, and you feel that it is, for now at least, the best way for you to express that divine energy inside of you that wants to come out. And right now it's coming out in this particular way. Maybe next year it's going to be something else. Maybe it's going to start off as a YouTube channel, and then it's going to turn into a website, or it's going to turn into maybe going into some other field of work, or, it doesn't have to be the same thing. Your destiny, your purpose is not one activity, right? But for you to open up and say, here's what I want to do. Here's what the activity is that I feel is going to express my essence right now. And to have somebody laugh at that, or to talk down or condescend to you about that, I find it to be very disrespectful. Okay? It doesn't make me feel very happy. What does make me feel happy is the 6 of Pentacles at the end, because I feel like you're going to show them, right? But you don't have that kind of attitude. You're not trying to prove anything to this person at all. It does not. Maybe this is an ex. Maybe this is a coworker. It does not matter. Maybe this is about you getting a promotion or saying, hey, I want to go for that I want to go for that big job in that other department. And they're just saying, what? You're not qualified. You can't do that. I don't think you have anything to prove to them. I think you want to materialize that part of yourself that is trying to find expression right now. And this is a card of material success. You start it, you're reaching the goal. Whatever you're putting your effort into is going to succeed, provided that you do not let this toxic energy sort of pull you down. This is like a swampy energy that's really threatening to just kind of overtake that. That's what will prevent you from succeeding, is this toxic energy. Because this is something that you're more than capable of learning how to do it if you don't already know. You have the desire, the drive, you know what it's going to take. You've got the skill, you've got the creativity, and you know how to take action and how to start it. Going from an ace to a 6, that is success. And that's brilliant. Okay. And this, I think, is, that is the proof. You don't need to prove anything to this person. But proving it to yourself, I think, is a different matter. And again, we said that everything is on the line here, that this is a situation where you're going to put in all of your effort and give it everything you've got. And if you do that, you're more likely to succeed. There still is no guarantee. But it matters to you. It's important to you. It means something to you. Let's look at the mystery card. I want the Ace of Cups, obviously. I take any of the aces, so we get our 4 aces. But I think some cups energy, some good love energy, good support. You guys surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you. I may not know what you're doing. I may not even really personally like it, but I'm going to support you. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to help you figure it out, help you think about it. I'm going to do whatever I can to help boost you up and to uplift you, right? I want maybe a 6 of cups, either the ace or the 6. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Here we go. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is interesting because this is, first of all, the idea of what is sacred. The idea of who, for one thing, it's asking, who the heck is that? Who do they think they are? That they can imply to you or tell you outright even what is worthwhile and what's not. Okay, and maybe we're reading too much into what they said or what they did, but I feel like it happens over and over again where they kind of feel like they know what's best for you. And they have the audacity to scoff at your ambitions and scoff at your goals. But this card's also kind of talking about you becoming the master of something. You becoming the one who, again, embodies the proof, embodies the rightness, the correctness, embodying the destiny here. Because I think you are achieving something extraordinary. I think you're going to become the master. You're going to become the champion. It's like you're going to win the chess match or whatever. And so you're sort of proving yourself right. I don't think we're not worried about proving them wrong. We want to prove ourselves right. So I think this is you achieving a high level of success here. And in some ways, we can use that negative energy. We could sublimate this 7 of cups, turn it into fuel to rise even higher, right? So we can find a way to sort of take all that criticism or negative energy or the scoffing or the laughing or the hurt feelings. We can take all of that and we can transmute it into fuel. If you're forced to be around that person, use their negative energy as fuel to light your fire and to burn even brighter, climb even higher. If we can get away from them, that's even better. Okay. I think this is really, and it may have something to do with your education. It feels like it's something that you don't know a lot about right now, and something you're going to have to learn, like new skills you'll have to develop in order to get good at this. And so with that person scoffing or laughing or whatever, it makes it kind of feel like they don't believe that you're capable of learning this or of getting good at something. You know, it's like you want to be a great chess player. They're like, what? You don't even know how to play checkers. It's kind of, they can say that in a way that feels constructive or in a way that feels dismissive, right? And it really is, maybe a lot of it is how we interpret it, okay? But I think that this person has done this often enough that we're not even trying to interact with them in that way anymore. I feel like this is a very good confirmation card for you because it is showing a high level of success and skill for you. It shows that you are really learning not only what this thing is and the skill and becoming good at it, but you're learning your lesson too. You know? Very interesting. We're going to do an extended reading. We're going to do some oracle cards. We're going to do an Jing reading. There is a link up in the corner and a link down below. New readings for Gemini on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.